Hi, all my Smell Good friends. I hope everyone is having a fabulous day today. I have a special friend over. Yeah, Jersey's here today. She just got right up on the couch as soon as she got here. Well, not as soon as she got here. My daughter was hanging here for a bit. But as soon as my daughter left, she got up on the couch where she loves to stay. And she is snoring away. Not sure how much you can see her because she has her head against the wall. But what I have going on here for you guys today is my June melting basket. And it is insanity. Like extreme insanity. I probably have my June and July melting basket. I have wax sitting next to me on a tray next to me. It's nuts. It's like a mountain. I do have the chandelier on, so I probably will take these off because it's probably making a glare. Anyway, most of you guys know, if you've been following me for some time, you know that I do the Patricia Gaetz Wax Challenge. And I had decided this month I was going to pass it by, even though I love to do it. But I was going to pass it this month and just pull a bunch of old wax that I need to get through. Some vendors that don't necessarily have the best shelf life, and then other vendors that do, but the wax is just getting old. So I just decided to pull a bunch of wax. I put it into a plastic bin and I pulled it upstairs, heavy as could be. And then I decided, you know what, let me go through what I pulled and see if I can get it to match the prompts of the wax challenge. And for the most part, you guys, it did match. So believe it or not, I'm actually doing the wax challenge and I'm working with the wax that I pulled, which is all older stuff. I definitely didn't pull every vendor, so you won't see every vendor here, but I did pull a lot of Rose Girls. I pulled a number of Britas. I pulled some Second and Spruce. Definitely pulled some Scentsy. I pulled some Macaron wax melts. Yeah, I pulled a variety. I think some Harper James. So we have a variety here, but we don't have necessarily every vendor that I purchased from, which I usually try to do. But it is what it is. I got to get through what I got to get through. And I especially want to use my older summer scents because I don't want to keep them around for another year. So if you're interested in seeing my June, maybe June/July melting basket, stay tuned. So I'm going to pull out the wax challenge prompts on my iPad and we will go through those. And I will try to make this as quick as possible because I don't want this video to be extremely long. And I will do my best not to smell each and everything. So, if you don't know, Patricia Gaetz is here on YouTube. She's another YouTuber. She mainly provides Scentsy content on her channel. She is a Scentsy consultant. I'm a Scentsy consultant as well. And I've been watching her for some time. I started out with Scentsy a few years ago. Not started out my wax journey because I've been doing wax for many, many years. But my vendor wax journey started about 1.5 years ago. It'll be close to 2 years and a few more months. And then my Scentsy wax journey probably started maybe about 3.5, 4 years ago. And before that, I've been doing, candles for sure. And I did wax melts once upon a time ago, but I've come back to them. I decided long ago that they were just a little too messy for me, and I just got tired of dealing with cleaning it up. And then I've come to realize there are better ways to clean out your wax than what I was doing back then. And so I am back into melting wax melts, which I love. Anyway, back to Patricia. She is a YouTuber here, mostly Scentsy content, but she does do some vendor wax as well. She does this wax challenge every month. She's been doing it, I think, a couple years now. And she's just so kind. Every month she posts on her YouTube community tab some prompt suggestions, and people make their suggestions, and she uses some of them, and then she comes up with a lot of them herself. And so I so appreciate that she does this every month because it's a lot of fun. I will say the way I work the challenge, and you can work it any way you want, and she does set it up so that you can do it as a Scentsy customer, or you can do it as a wax melt customer. You could do it as a candle customer. You use any type of wax you want. It's just a wax melting challenge. And it doesn't have to be melted. It could be burned. You do you. You work it the way you want. And that's exactly what I do. So I basically pull everything that meets the prompts. I throw it into a basket. And then that is my melting basket for the month. I don't necessarily melt it on the exact day that it prompts me. Some people do. I just don't. this just works well for me because then I could just kind of, you know, pick what I want, what I'm in the mood for that day. But I like pulling the wax this way because it makes me pull things I wouldn't maybe normally pull. So I like doing that. Now, as I said, this month I did it a little bit differently. I went downstairs into my wax basement and I grabbed a bunch of stuff that I really want to work on. And then I came up to see if it met the wax challenge prompts. So I kind of did it backwards, but it worked out. And let's get started. So I will start by saying I love her imagery for this month. It's so pretty. Very watery, summer-like, beachy, just beautiful. Day one is melt a scent that most people would say nice things about. So I pulled a loaf. I want to get using some of these loaves I have in my collection, which I don't tend to buy as many loaves these days, but I do have some in my collection I want to get through. This is from, at the time, it was Scoopable Wax Melts. It's now Macaron Wax Melts. This is On the Beach 3 Cakes. And I think she actually changed the name of this to 3 Cakes on the Beach. I've seen it called both, but this is the older. I picked this up February of last year. 3 Cakes is her infamous blend of yellow cake, birthday cake, and cupcakes at Tiffany's. And then On the Beach is her beach nights. And I absolutely love this blend. I've mentioned it so many times. It's one of my all-time favorites ever. So I am absolutely looking forward to getting into melting this in June and possibly into July. So day 2 is Sunny Days Ahead, Melt Something Yellow. So I chose from Brita's Creepy Treasures, Mad Hatter. I love, love, love this blend. It's a favorite, another top favorite. Tea and Cakes, Danish Butter Cookies, and Sweet and Creamy. This was poured May of 2024, so we're at a year old. From The Pharmacist's Daughter, I pulled She's a Doll. This one got a little messy in transit, but that's okay. It'll warm up the steam. Lemon Chiffon, Birthday Cake, Vanilla Cupcake, and Buttercream Frosting. Pharmacist's Daughter excels at bakery. And from Rose Girls, I pulled Sunscreen in My Call. There's actually some pink in there too, but the majority of it is yellow. Love the colors. This is Sun and Sand, which is a Yankee Candle type and one of my all-time favorites as well. Orange, Citrus, Lavender, Ying Lang, Powdered Musk, which make up the Sun and Sand. And then Hemp's Lotion, which is Floral, Banana, and Fruit. I just love Jenny's Beach Scents. This one does smell a little on the light side, but I find that her Sun and Sand oil tends to be lighter, and the candle is like powerhouse strong. So I find that interesting, but I think I've had Sun and Sand and other vendors' oil as well, and it wasn't super strong. So the fragrance oil must be a bit different than how the candle comes across, but Sunscreen in My Calls. I think I have a chunk muffin of this in my bedroom now that I haven't warmed yet, but I'll be getting into that as well. Day 3 is Melt a Scent that evokes a fond memory. I grew up in South Jersey. We spent a lot of time at the Jersey Shore, Wildwood, Sea Isle City. We did some Atlantic City when I got older, Avalon, Ocean City. We spent a lot of time in those areas, and I loved it. Pretty much every weekend in the summer, we spent the Jersey Shore. It was like a 40-minute drive for us, 45 minutes maybe, and we loved it. So I pulled a bunch of scents to kind of evoke that for me. I pulled from Harper James, Salty Beaches. This is Salted Pretzel, Beach Nights, Caramel, Maple Sugar Cookie. I have a lot of this scent in my collection because I love it, so I need to get using it. And speaking of Sun and Sand from Rose Girls, I just pulled the single oil. So this could be mixed with things, but I just pulled it on its own. Let's see how strong it is on its own. Not super strong. I did pick this up in July of 2024, so I think it should still be good. So I think this oil is just a lighter oil. From Scentsy, I pulled Ocean Air and Coconut Water. Again, kind of evoking the Jersey Shore beach scent. Oh, this is so good. I don't know why Scentsy did not bring that back. And I also pulled a scent that made me think of my horror movie addiction, because I have loved horror movies ever since I was about 5 years old. My mom and dad went to a drive-in theater, and back then they were married very young. I think my mom was probably only 21 years old when I was 5. Yeah, because she had me when she was 16. My dad was 19, and they were actually married at 16 and 19. So very young. And so she didn't have a babysitter. She probably couldn't afford it at the time. At the drive-in theater, I'm sitting in the back of the car. I may have been 6 years old because I feel like my little sister was there too. And we're 5 years apart. So I may have been 6. Regardless, the movie they went to go see was Stephen King's Silver Bullet. And that's where it all began. I peeked through the little blanket that she had up because we weren't supposed to see this kind of movie. Obviously, we were young. But she didn't know I was peeking through it. I fell in love with horror movies at a very young age. Stephen King is my number one. Love his books, love his movies, love all horror, period. There isn't too much that I don't love when it comes to it. So I had to pull a scent that reminded me of that. This is Britta's Creepy Treasures, which, of course, I'm going to go to Britta for this because she's just got that spooky touch. Mornings at Crystal Lake. This, of course, is based on the Friday the 13th franchise. This is Coffee Addiction, Barnwood, and Fire Roasted Marshmallow. This scent is so good, you guys. So good. I cannot wait to get into that. That is Mornings at Crystal Lake. Day 4, warm something you consider a year-round scent. And I pulled a number of Beach Nights blends because I do beach nights all year long. I don't do it in the summer. I am an equal opportunity melter. I warm it summer, spring, fall, winter. I do it all year long. Yeah, it's just a great blend, I think, all year long. First, I pulled from Britta's Creepy Treasures, Beach Night, Strawberry Shortcake, and Summer Scoop. Of course, if you mix it with some summer things, it makes it a little bit more summery. Also pulled from Britta's Emily, which is Beach Nights, Boom Boom, and Strawberry Pound Cake. From Rose Girls, I have Beach Nights and Cookie Land, which I recently melted, and I loved it. This is Beach Nights, Toffee Butterscotch Pretzels, Confetti Cake, and Cookies. And then I pulled this big Mama Jama. I got this from Harper James in a customs order. This is Strawberry Nights. Yeah, it's as big as my head. I have a couple of these, and I have a big flower from her in that Salty Beaches scent I showed you earlier. So I need to be getting into these because they're getting a little bit aged. This is from August, early August of 2024. This is Strawberry Pound Cake and Beach Nights. So good. And yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get through all of it, but I'm going to get working on it. I told you, this basket is kind of crazy. Okay, so day 5 is warm your oldest wax. I have so much wax, there was no way I was going to go through all my containers and try to figure out what my oldest was. So I just pulled a couple older ones from Rose Girls, both from Rose Girls. I pulled Gilligan's Brew, which is a single oil of hers. This is basically coconut and heavy cream. It says coconut cream on the bag. I recently melted this, and I didn't expect a whole lot because sometimes I have trouble picking this up in her blends. And it did great, so I'm actually looking forward to getting into that again. And actually, it might go, this already has it. Okay, I was going to say it might go good with this blend, but it already has it. Till the Sun Comes Up, also from Rose Girls. And this has Satsuma, Cotton Candy Frosting, and Gilligan's Brew. So I guess I won't be adding it because it's already there. Both of those I picked up in March 2024, so I thought it fits the bill. Warm a lemon scent on day 6. I picked up a number. You're going to see a number of blends for each of these because, yeah, I just pulled a lot of wax. From Tuscany Candle, I pulled Lemon Sugar Cookie. This is Retail Wax. I've mentioned this scent before. I absolutely love this. I have multiples in my collection, and it's just such a good lemon cookie scent. From Scentsy, a favorite, the one that started it all, Lemon Coconut Chiffon. This is the scent that is the reason I started a Scentsy club. I love it. It's a powerhouse performer. And then from Second and Spruce, I pulled Magic Whip. This is in one of her mini lobes. This is Pineapple Whip, Orange Creamsicle, Coconut Milk, Lemon Sugar, Waffle Cone, or actually Waffle Cone Crumbles. So I totally expect this to be more pineapple than anything, but technically it has lemon in it, and I had pulled it, so I said, I think that fits the bill. So day 7 is Melt a Scent that reminds you of the outdoors / camping. I went a little ballistic on this one. Now, granted, there are some smaller pieces here, but I pulled a lot of scents. I just had a lot to fit this one, so let's get into what I pulled. Rose Girls Campfire Marshmallows. This is one of her single oil blends. Gooey marshmallows with a hint of warm, smoky campfire. From Super Tarts, I pulled Fire Orchid. I don't know if I'm going to be able to read this. Chocolate Orchid, Campfire, Spun Sugar, Buttercream, Marshmallow Fluff. From Second and Spruce, I pulled Campfire Root Beer. This is root beer, smoked vanilla ice cream, hint of campfire mallow. I don't know. I mostly get root beer. I was going to say, I'm not sure if I'm going to love that because I don't always love blends with smoked vanilla. Out of sight, out of mind from Rose Girls. This is in a chunk muffin. It's so pretty. This is pink coconut, campfire marshmallows, and boom boom. From Rainbow Melts, I pulled campfire cookies. See, they're smaller pieces, so campfire marshmallow, vanilla lace, and cookie heaven, which is outstanding. And then from Scentsy, I pulled bonfire beach. This one is turning ugly. Wow, I don't know why that is turning so gross. But it still smells amazing. Such a good campfire scent. Marshmallowy. So good. Super looking forward to getting into melting this because I haven't melted it in a while. Alrighty. Day 8 is warm and a aquatic scent. And I pulled from Scentsy, Make a Splash. This is like an aquatic melon scent. I love it. And it's such a great performer. From Super Tarts, I pulled Jaws. Hello, of course. This is always hard to read. Let me see if I can read off of this label. Sea salt, ozone, seagrass, plum, pear. This is such a good scent, you guys. If you have never tried Jaws, oh my gosh, you have to try it one time in your life. And maybe you won't love it, but a lot of people do. So that's Jaws. And then speaking of Jaws, I pulled a Jaws blend. This is Beach Vacation. And this is sea salt, ozone, seagrass, plum, pear, and coconut. Sounds like my jam. All right, the next day I went a little crazy on 2 because I tend to love strawberry scents. And the prompt is melt something with strawberry or rhubarb. Now, not all strawberry is good to my nose. Some is a little off, especially fresh picked strawberries. A lot of times I like it. 9 out of 10 times I'll like it, but every once in a while I pick up one in a vendor's wax. I'm like, it's a little too green, a little too unripened for me. But most of the time I love strawberry. And a lot of times it's artificial, and that's fine with me. And I love strawberry shortcake, or strawberry pound cake. And yeah, strawberry is just a good one. I did pull from Scentsy Pink Rhubarb Sugar because this is probably the only scent. I mean, I'm thinking maybe I have something from Second Spruce. Maybe that has rhubarb, but here it is. I thought that was interesting, so I pulled that. And I have not warmed that yet. Since we're on Scentsy, let's stick with Scentsy. I pulled Strawberry Sweetie. And this one is just a sweet, kind of like a strawberry puree kind of scent. Kind of has that candy-ish, like a rainbow bright doll. Not a rainbow bright. Strawberry shortcake doll. Strawberry Swirl, also from Scentsy. I love the color of that light pink wax. And I have never warmed this. I know a lot of people are comparing strawberries and cream to this. So I will say on cold, they do smell similar. All right, for vendor wax, continuing with the strawberry theme, I pulled Second and Spruce Strawberry Sippin' on Summer. This is muddled strawberry, sugar, lemonade, and ginger ale. Yeah. Erica doesn't always have a strawberry that I love, but this one is good. I think she has more than one strawberry oil. From Lavender and Speckles, I pulled Strawberry Yoo-Hoo. I have been so curious about this blend. This is strawberry milkshake, sweet milk, and sweet strawberries. That milk note kind of scares me, but we'll see. Catch You on the Flippity Flip from Rose Girls. And a chunk muffin. This is Gilligan's Brew, fresh picked strawberries. I'm Vanilla Baby, which is vanilla icing, vanilla lace, vanilla sugar waffle cone. That sounds good. And then from Harper James, I got this in a customs. This is Beach Umbrella. This is Strawberry Pina Colada and Beach Nights. So day 10 is melt a tea scent or a scent that starts with tea. I think I did a little of both. Yep, I pulled tea scents and I pulled 2 tea scents and I pulled 2 scents to start with tea. So from Kringle Candle, I pulled herbal tea. This is an absolute favorite of mine. It is a powerhouse. It is a great lemon herbal tea, and it is so good. From Rose Girls, I pulled peach sweet tea. I will say on cold, I don't love this. Peach is not always my thing, but we'll see how it goes. As far as scents that begin with T, I also went with Rose Girls. I am working on a lot of Rose Girls, you guys. So you're going to see Rose Girls a lot in this. Tan Almost Everywhere, Jan Almost Everywhere. This is coconut milk, frozen pina coladas, and banana slices. Oh, that sounds amazing. And then I guess this is not technically beginning with T, but the first word is the, so we're going with it. The Werewolf of Defiance. I guess if you were like filing it, you would be filing it under W. Pumpkin Spice Latte, Pumpkin Hollow, and Pumpkin Buttercream. Not usually a scent I do this time of year, but it's a year old, and I need to be getting into these. So we're going to make some exceptions that I don't normally do because I'm such a seasonal melter, but we're going to go with it. Day 11 is Warm, a white wax for June's birthstone. I just made this super easy and went with lavender and speckles because all of her wax is white, so super easy. There are some other vendors you can get white with. You can get white with Rose Girls. You can get white with Britta's. So I could have went searching, but I just pulled a bunch of the lavender and speckles wax that I had already pulled from my basket. Dreamy Coconut Cake. I am so excited about getting into this. Whipped coconut cake, vanilla buttercream, crunch cake, and vanilla buttercream. Hello. This is a favorite, so yeah, I got to get into this. Beach marshmallow cookies. I love this blend so much. This is marshmallows, vanilla, sea salt, driftwood, and hint of s'mores, which is her beach nights. Her beach marshmallow is her beach nights. That's what she calls it. And marshmallow clouds, which is boardwalk marshmallow clouds from Bath & Body Works. And sugar cookie royal. Vanilla surf. This is creamy vanilla, toasted marshmallow, driftwood, and sea salt with a touch of caramel. I believe this is supposedly a dupe for Scentsy Vanilla Waves. And Pretty and Sweet, which is soft pink chiffon blended with cashmere musk and sweet strawberry pound cake. Oh, that sounds amazing. Yeah, very pretty. I may do this in my bedroom, but it smells strong. So if I do it in my bedroom, I have a feeling that'll be too warm. So day 12 is Melt, a rose scent or a scent that starts with R. I kind of did both again because I'm extra. So extra. So annoying. Oh, let's start with the R scent. So for some reason, I went all root beer. So don't know why I did that. I totally didn't mean to do that, but I did. For the Pharmacist's Daughter, I did root beer float. This is root beer, vanilla ice cream, and pie crust. This is going to be amazing. I just know that's going to be so freaking good. From Kringle Candle, I pulled reindeer beer. So honestly, it's a scent that they released during the holidays, but root beer to me, which is what this is in no way, shape, or form a holiday scent. So I'm going to get into it now. And I also pulled from Scentsy root beer float. And I basically pulled this because it's old and I need to get into it. And then the rose scents that I pulled. So we have Kringle Candles, Country Candle line, Lemon Tea and Roses. Oh my gosh, this wax is so pretty. I love how this smells on cold. And I do have the candle, so I think I'm going to pull it and burn that as well. And I'll use the wax melts to add a little oomph. From Macaron Wax Melts, I pulled Rose Petal Creme Cake. Love her little macarons. This is soft, romantic, and indulgent. And from Scentsy, I actually pulled this for last month's basket and have not gotten to it yet, although technically I still could. We still have several days left in May, but Strawberry Rose. Figured it fit the scent prompt, and so I'm definitely going to get into that this time around. So day 13 is Wax Blind Melt. Close your eyes and pick a melt from a random selection of scents. So I'd already pulled my scents, so, just grabbed. From Britta's, I'm going to get through Bigfoot. This is a top favorite from Britta's. I love this blend so much. Banana walnut cake, Danish butter cookies, and sugar cookie royale. This is like such a good bakery banana blend. So good. If you love banana bakery, I totally recommend it. Lavender and Speckles. I wanted to get into a clam of hers. I've accumulated a number of clams from Lavender and Speckles now and haven't melted any, so I want to see how they do. This is Cotton Candy Laundry, which is cotton candy and the best, strongest laundry scent ever. I really like to do laundry in spring, and technically it is still spring, although people tend to consider Memorial Day the official start of summer. But technically summer isn't until, what, June 21st, something like that? June 22nd, something like that. And then from Rose Girls, I pulled Beach Naps. Love the colors of this wax. Sweet Lavender, Watermelon Slush, and Pink Sands. I don't know that I'm going to love this. I don't get, like, I get the lavender, but not a ton. So, I feel like I get the Pink Sands stronger, which is funny because when I warm Pink Sands from Rose Girls, it doesn't usually come out through the warmers too strong, but that's what I smell in the bag mostly. And then also, not a seasonal scent, so not my typical vibe for this time of year, but it's old. It's from March of 2024, and I want to get through it. This is Fall Beach Bonfire. I don't know if you can hear that. I think it's a kid or someone dying out there. Toasted pumpkin spice, campfire marshmallows, and marshmallow fireside, and vanilla lace. So, sounds good. And when I smell this on cold, yeah, it smells good. It does smell lighter than when I first picked it up. So, hopefully, I think I'm going to start double bagging my Rose Girls. I think I need to be doing that. Hi, buddy. You heard that too, huh? Surprised you didn't bark. Day 14 is National Flag Day. Melt a wax in one of your flag's colors. Again, extra. I picked red, white, and blue. Lavender and speckle scents. Really? Cotton candy and watermelon. Cotton candy blended with watermelon, pink sugar, and a touch of salty sea air. And it ends with of smoky firewood. So I think that's a mistake. I don't think there's any firewood in this. Yeah, there's no smoky firewood in this. That would seem kind of weird. I think that's just a typo in the label. From Britta's, I pulled Born This Way. Peanut butter cookies, pretzel, and sweet and creamy. This blends so good. And I can always count on Britta's when it comes to red wax. I mean, some vendors, I don't know, they don't seem to touch red wax, but I can find it in L3. I can find it in Rose Girls, and I can definitely find it in Britta's. Beach Party Massacre. We have Salty Sea Air, Bora Bora, and Hawaiian Pineapple. This has a good amount of pineapple. Britta said she lost her pineapple oil, so she has one of the best pineapple oils too. So hopefully she'll be able to replace that soon. But red, white, and blue for the American flag. Patricia is from Canada, so it made sense that she would say from your country's flag because she's from a different country. And there are people who follow all over the world. So depending on what color of your flag is, it could be different. Day 15 is Melt a Suitable Scent for Father's Day. So I pulled Berry Breakfast Tart. I thought it'd be great to pull like a breakfast blend because you would make your father breakfast on Father's Day. Strawberry pound cake blended with sweet strawberries, blackberries, cotton candy, and pie crust. I know that's going to be so good. Can't wait to get into that. And then just to pull something masculine here for Father's Day, I pulled Cotton Candy Palo Santo from L3 and her fluted tarts. I love this shape. It's probably one of my favorites from L3, so I'll be getting into that. I feel like that was recommended by someone on YouTube in our little wax community. Might have been Alexis. I know she loves L3's cotton candy. I don't know if she recommended the Palo Santo version or not, but it'll be my first time trying it. And then I pulled 2 coffee blends because my dad, he has coffee in his veins. I don't know how it is that I don't drink coffee because I grew up with a serious coffee lover. Cake and Coffee I pulled from Harper James. And I pulled this on purpose because he also, on his lunch break, almost every day goes to 7-Eleven and picks up a tasty cake. So, coffee and cake. Christmas tree cakes, fresh brewed coffee, vanilla creamer, and sugar. I will say that Harper James coffee blends are quite good. And this smells so good. So, looking forward to getting to that. How old is this? July 2024. So, it's getting up there. And then from Second and Spruce, a latte da. A latte, I can do a latte. Espresso, pound cake, zucchini bread, pecan, brown sugar. So, I hear this one's amazing. I don't think I've warmed this yet. I think I've warmed Central Perk, which was amazing. So, I'm looking forward to getting into that. You guys, I'm not sure how long this video is right now, but it feels like it's long, and I'm just halfway through the month. And I haven't been smelling that much, I don't think. Maybe. Maybe I'm swallowing too much. Oh, I feel like I have. All right, day 16. At the pool, what might you smell? Like sunscreen. Hello. So I pulled some beachy scents. I pulled, and actually that Scentsy Make a Splash would have done for this too, but Scentsy Soak and Raise. I love this. It did not come back. It's such a good sunscreen scent. So good. A decent performer. In my club. In my club. And then we went with Rose Girls on the next 3 blends I have here. Pink Barracuda. Love the colors here. Pink Sugar, Pink Sands, and Sun and Sands. So, have a couple of Yankee Candle types in there. And then I pulled... love the colors in this bag. There's pink, yellow, and orange. And it's so bright and cheerful. We have Beach Babes 2.0. She also has a Beach Babes, if you couldn't tell. Beach Babes, which is Pina Colada, Cotton Candy, and Fresh Picked Strawberries. And Rio Radiance, which is a Sol de Janeiro type. I really do like Rio Radiance, and I do like that Beach Babes part of the blend. And then last but not least, I feel like I might have done this recently. I think I did. And if I did, it was kind of light. Or something similar. Beaches Be Crazy. And this is Pink Sugar, Waikiki Beach Coconut, which is a Bath & Body Works type, and Pink Sands. I'm not sure if what I did had Waikiki Beach Coconut. But pulled that for that prompt. Day 17 is Melt Something with Cherry or Apple. My pile is like... You know, I pulled a bunch of wax first. Remember that. I pulled a bunch of wax first. And then I met the prompts. Although, truth be told... a couple of them made their way into my basket afterward. Oh no! And I may mean more than a couple, but I pulled the bulk of this earlier than, you know, the wax prompt. All right, let's see what we have here. That's apple, that's apple, that's apple. That's apple. Cherry, 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 cherry. Okay, let's start with the cherry scents, because you know I did both. From Dessa's, and these are smaller. I mean, most of these are smaller. Dessa's Homespun Scents, I pulled Cherry Crumble Pie, which is fresh cherries, graham cracker crust, and butter crumble topping. From Macaron Wax Melts, this is Blue Hawaiian, Salty Sea Air, and Cherry Birthday Cake, which I think was someone's customs. And this was an extra, so I picked that up. From Birdie's Making Sense, I've got Little Debs, which is Maraschino Cherry and Birthday Cake. So in like a little Debbie Christmas tree cake. So cute. I do like her maraschino cherry oil. In Southbound, I pulled Puppy Love, which is cherry marshmallows and strawberry cake pops. I have Southbound warming in my area right now. It's unicorn berries, and I didn't expect too much from it, but man, it's pretty darn good. Fruity and candy-ish, of course, but it's pretty yummy. Okay, so to get to the apple part of the prompt, I pulled Juicy Apple and Raspberry Mix It from the Mix It Wax Collection from Scentsy. I had this in my, I keep my Scentsy in a little mini fridge up here. I'm thinking maybe I might have pulled it for last month, but I can't remember for sure. So I'm going to get into it this month. And then also from Scentsy, I couldn't remember what the scent notes to this were, but I'm pretty sure it has apple. This is Dumbo Soar High Through the Sky. Pretty sure it has apple and like melon. I don't remember what else. Yeah, I get apple in there. So, going to get into that. From Super Tarts, I pulled a Berry Fresh, which is Ocean Breeze, Vanilla Bean Noel, Red Delicious Apple, and Sweet Blackberries. And from Harper James, I pulled Apple Cider Donut, which I'm guessing is a single oil, but she has notes. It says apple, cinnamon, fried donut, cider, and vanilla. So I don't know if she mixes this or if it's a single oil, but plan to get into that because that is a little bit over a year old. Actually, guys, I forgot. I pulled this. I didn't pull this ahead of time, but I pulled it when I was down there trying to find a couple more wax pieces for my wax prompts. And so this is also an apple blend. This is Saturday Farmer's Market from Knowles Farm Scents. And this has apples, fruit, citrus zest, vanilla, and cream. Yeah, I went a little extra. Oh, I went a little extra. I went a little ham. Okay, so day 18 is melt a licensed bar or vendor wax. So I went with Scentsy for the licensed bars, of course. So I pulled from the Harry Potter Honeydukes collection. I never remember how to say this. I think it's Exploding Bonbons. It gets me because it also says it is a real boom, and it's kind of in the middle of the two words that say, or three words that say Exploding Bonbons, but so I never remember how to say it. But this is like an orange, like white chocolate orange candy vibe. It's so good and it's different and I love it. And then I pulled in my club, I also pulled Angel Experiment 624. Perfect timing because the Lilo and Stitch movie is out at theaters right now. This is just a really good berry cotton candy scent. So that'll do it for the licensed bars. And then for vendor wax, I pulled a few smaller pieces here. I pulled from Super Tarts Indian Summer. And we have vanilla bean, clementine, and honey. From Britta's, I have Deadly Punch. Hawaiian Pineapple, Honeydew, Watermelon, Strawberry, Vanilla Bean, Marshmallow, Juicy Pear, and Sweet and Creamy. That is going to be fruity. I've actually warmed that before, and it's pretty good. It's like a creamy fruit punch. For Rose Girls, I pulled Goodnight Moon. This is a favorite, believe it or not, even though it has lavender, sweet lavender, pink sugar, peppermint, and birthday cake. I love this blend. And also from Rose Girls, I pulled another chunk muffin, blackberry cream puff zucchini bread. I think I had pulled this for an earlier basket and didn't get to it. Fruity blackberry, vanilla custard, flaky pastry, and baked zucchini bread. Her chunk muffins, they're so cute. I love them. Super easy just to throw the whole chunk muffin into like a candle crock, in a candle jar first, of course. Or put it in a candle jar and put it on our candle lamp. Or just slice them up, chop them up. I don't mind chopping wax at all, so it doesn't bother me to chop. I actually love it. So chop it up, put it in your warmers. So the 19th is Juneteenth and is a free melt day. So I pulled from L3, blueberry cheesecake, blueberry sugar pie crust. Again, in the fruity tarts. And I also pulled pina colada, ochos rios, and beach grass. And I pulled a loaf, which I would say I won't get through in a day, but just going to start working on this. This is from Macaron Wax Melts, Coconut Cake 3 Cakes. I love her coconut cake oil. This is coconut cake, yellow cake, birthday cake, and cupcakes at Tiffany's. So lots of wax for that day. Day 20 is first day of summer, so apparently it's June 20th. Melt any summer style scent. So I pulled Wasting Away in the What the Melon Ritaville from Second and Spruce. I have a few cake bites left and I want to get through them, so I pulled them all. So this has What the Melon Rita, which is muddled watermelon, lime margarita, sugar, and key lime pie. Don't know how I'm going to feel about this, but sometimes, because I don't love lime, but sometimes I like it with watermelon. So if it's more watermelon heavy than lime, we'll be good. School's Out for the Summer, also from Second and Spruce. This is Summer Scoop, Rainbow Sherbet, Fruity Cereal Milk, and Waffle Cone. Looking forward to that. Also from Second and Spruce, I pulled Coco Cabana. Coco Cabana Cream, Brazilian Crushed Charosa 39, which is a Sol de Janeiro type. Shea, Almond Milk, and Coconut Milk. I think that sounds amazing. Beach Babes from Rose Girls. So here it is on its own, which is Girl Crush, which is strawberry, pina colada, and cotton candy, and Beach Nights. Jersey heading down to the other end of the couch. I have her for the whole evening, so she'll be staying here overnight, and then I'll have her in the morning, and then she'll go back home in the afternoon tomorrow. So, so happy to have her. All right, day 21 is Wax Fruit Smoothie. Mix your own blend. I feel like Patricia, she gives it to me with these mix a blend, and I think there's 2 of them on this list, and I am not a mixer. So the first thing I pulled was a smoothie blend already. This is Southbound's Cotton Candy Birthday Smoothie. So why not? This is sweet cotton candy and birthday cake all blended up into a vanilla smoothie. So works for me. And then I did pull 2 that I can probably mix together. I don't know that I will, but I can probably do that because these would work. Very simple. This is nothing revolutionary because I'm just not good at it. From Rose Girls, Tangerine Gelato and Birthday Cake. And tangerine gelato, single oil, sweet tangerine, creamy vanilla. Same thing with birthday cake. These are she offers these single blends every now and then. Creamy yellow birthday cake with rich and smooth buttercream icing. These are both from March of last year, so I want to get into those. I also pulled from Rose Girls banana saltwater taffy because I thought I could also mix that with the cake blend and maybe just mix it in all together. I mean, why not? Banana candy and saltwater taffy. I believe this is also a single oil. So day 22 is Melt Something Romantic for World Kissing Day. And I pulled from Rose Girls Sparks Fly. This is Boom Boom, which is Sol de Janeiro type, and Creamy Orange Creamsicle. Sounds romantic to me. I mean, I kind of went by the name, but Sparks Fly. I also went by the name on this one, Killer Kiss from Britta's. This is Jelly Donut, Vanilla Ice Cream, Frankenberry, and Cake Batter Fudge. I've had this, and it is fantastic. And Batty for You. Again, I kind of just went by the names, not so much like perfumey or romantic smells. Wild Berry Mousse, Coconut Cream Pie, and Blackberry. I have never worn this, so this will be the first time I've tried this. It smells good. I like her Wild Berry Mousse. And her Blackberry is nice. Yeah, that's good. This was poured back in July of last year. So coming up on a year. So I want to get into that. Are you guys exhausted yet? I feel like I'm trying to go as quick as possible. And I told you, it's probably definitely a June, July basket. But I'm definitely going to try to make a dent. I do have Juneteenth off this month. And I think I'm going to take the Friday after. Because I think it falls on a Thursday. So I'll have a couple extra days. And then I tend to have work from home days here and there. I have a couple work from home days coming up this week. Because I have some appointments. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what I get through. Anyway, day 22, I already said. Day 23 is Melt a Pink Wax. I pulled a few. Of course I did. From Rose Girls, it's actually pink and cream, beige. Stick Around. Or a pale yellow, I'm not sure which. I think it's beige. Beach Nights, Strawberry Pound Cake, Fluff Puffs, and Marshmallow Fireside. Lots of Bath & Body Works types in that blend. From The Pharmacist's Daughter, Brazilian Beach. We have Toasted Marshmallow, S'more, Sea Salt Breeze, Caramel, Tonka, Coconut, and White Chocolate. That smells amazing on cold. I have not warmed it yet. And from Second and Spruce, the One Collection. I know, which is Raspberry Jam, Vanilla Cream Cake, and Buttercream. Not sure if I'm going to love it because it's Raspberry Jam, but we'll see. So day 24, this is an interesting prompt. Warm the wax in your stash that has the longest name. So again, I don't know offhand what I have in my over-exorbitant wax stash that has the longest name. But I just pulled a couple that did have a longer name, so I figured it'll fit the bill. I think I pulled this for earlier prompt too. I'm pretty sure I've already said this, but we'll include it again. This is Tan Almost Everywhere, Jan Almost Everywhere. I won't go over the scent notes because I'm pretty sure I talked about it earlier. Yeah, because I remember these scent notes. So we have it again. I think the first one was in Mini Melters. And then Blueberry Pumpkin Patch Vanilla Noel, which is Blueberry Pumpkin Patch, which is Bath & Body Works type, Vanilla Wafers, and Vanilla Bean Noel. I can't wait to get into this because it's so good. And this is actually what I would consider a fall blend, but it's July 2024 that I got that, so I want to get into it now. This one I think is really interesting too, and I have some things, including that blend I just showed you, that totally fit this prompt. Melt a scent, this is day 25 by the way, melt a scent that a character from Friends would melt. I love the show Friends, it's one of my favorite shows, and I just happen to have some wax in my collection. Not a ton left, because I've melted through a lot of it, but I just happen to have some wax in my collection from Second and Spruce, from the Friends collection, the One Collection she calls it. So we have Smelly Cat. Smelly Cat, oh Smelly Cat. Juicy Peach, Waffle Cone, Vanilla Ice Cream, and Birthday Cake. This is a wild card because I don't always love peach, but I will say on cold, I like how that smells. We were on a break. Ross and Rachel. This is Key Lime, Lemon Curd, Pineapple. Oh, UD. Sometimes she abbreviates and I'm like, what does that mean? It's Pineapple Upside Down Cake. coconut shortbread, graham cracker crust, and vanilla. These are cake bites, and that's the last of them. Yeah, I don't have any more pulled, so that should do it for my cake bites. She hasn't poured them again since this collection. And then also from the one collection, She's Your Lobster. And Phoebe says that to Ross. Beach Nights, cashmere cream, boom boom cream, coconut milk. I love the little boy and girl lobsters in there. Oh, this is so good. So good. I can't wait to get into this. This is over a year old, March 2024, but smells just quite strong in there. And I do think it makes a difference sometimes when they're in containers like that. Than when they're in like stuff like this. Okay, day 26 is Warm Something with Coconut. I have no shortage of scents with coconut because I love coconut. But I just pulled two because one was a loaf. And this is one I need to be getting into because it's coming up on a year old. This is Second and Spruce, Aussie Paul Bourne's Sweet Shop and Coconut Cream Pie. And this is Strawberry Pound Cake, Toasted Coconut, Mellow Fluff, and Coconut Cream Pie. I gave this a whiff this morning and oh my gosh. So good. So good. And from Southbound, Raspberry Coconut Cake, which is raspberry jam, coconut cream pie, yellow cake bites, and vanilla buttercream frosting. Day 27 is Melt a Perfume Scent. I don't tend to gravitate towards perfume scents, but I do have a few in my collection, although I do like Sol de Janeiro blends, so I guess I really have no shortage of perfume scents, but to me they kind of feel more beachy than anything else. But I pulled from Macaron Wax Melt, Shy Beach Escape, which is Shy type, which I think is Don't Be Shy, perfume, and Beach Nights. I also pulled from Macaron, Bougie Beach Boardwalk, a little egg shape. This is Baccarat Rouge 540, which is a perfume, Beach Nights, and Boardwalk Funnel Cake type. I also pulled from Rocky Top Wax Works. This is Luxe Cherry, which is basically a dupe for Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, which is black cherry, Turkish rose, jasmine, I don't know how to say it, sandbach, Bel Air, tonka bean, sandalwood, and vetiver. And from Second Spruce, I pulled Angels Among Us, which is basically a dupe for Angel Share, which is Angel Share's type, and Cashmere Cedar and Cashmere Cream. So I guess there's a little bit extra to it. That's okay. We'll see. I'll do these in my bedroom, of course, but some perfumes I like. Day 28 is National Alaska Day. Melt a wax to commemorate the 49th state. I pulled wax scents that I thought were better suited for like chilly weather, cold weather, I should say. Let's face it, it's cold in Alaska. So I pulled scents that I thought would go great in cold weather, and it allows me to pour some older scents that I may not typically do at this time of the year. And I'll get into them. So from Lavender and Speckles, actually this one's not cold in like the cold weather sense, but like cold in like the cold dessert sense. This is Strawberry Pineapple Whip, which is sweet strawberries blended with tart lemons, fresh pineapple, and vanilla ice cream. I feel like any ice cream scent would have worked. But a Dole Whip, so good. I also pulled, this is a winter scent from The Pharmacist's Daughter because it's over a year old now. This is Bejeweled, which is Christmas Tree Farm. And I feel like there's a lot of like evergreen trees in Alaska. I could be wrong. I watch a lot of the ID channel and I feel like I'm always seeing Alaska shown with a lot of trees. I watch crime shows. I feel like they're showing Alaska with a lot of trees. So, you know, you always see like docks and trees and I don't know. I've never been to Alaska, but Christmas Tree Farm, vanilla pound cake, and a touch of cider. Definitely not my scent for this time of the year. I don't know how I'll make out with that because Christmas tree is hard for me to do in the summer, but we'll see. I struggled with a Pharmacist's Daughter scent with Christmas tree oil in it last year during the summer. I love the scent. I just, it was hard for me to do when I was hot out. Urban Legend from Britta's. This is also kind of a cold winter scent. This is Crackling Birch, Nutmeg Spice, Cinnamon, Palo Santo, and Vanilla Bean Marshmallow. This is from January of 2024, so I definitely want to get in that. And then I pulled this because it has peppermint, which is a cool scent, but it also is called Stay Chill. I feel like, you know, it's chill there. Peppermint, Swizzle Sticks, Pink Sugar, and Cookie Heaven. This is going to be so good. Looking forward to that. Okay, so Day 29 is actually going to be the last day that I pulled wax for, because the last one is also a mixed combo. And I couldn't think of anything else to mix. I might pull some Scentsy and mix it together, but I just am not a big mix-it girl. I tend to like my blends already made up. I am slowly getting to where I have ideas of what I think sounds good, but I don't tend to mix things myself. So I skipped day 30, which was Mix It Monday, try a combo you've been meaning to test out. I don't have a combo I've been meaning to test out, so I skipped that one, but that's fine because I have more than enough wax to do on the other 29 days. Day 29 is Melt a Scent with an odd note or an odd name. I pulled both. I pulled from Rainbow Melt's Sunset. And this has mandarin, lemon, pineapple, coconut, santal, and vanilla bean. I feel like santal you don't see a lot, but it is a scent note that I enjoy. Blame It on Rio, also from Rainbow Melts. And this is Warm Sands, Creamy Vanilla, Solar Tuberose, Yang Lang, Amber, Musk, and Fire Roasted Marshmallow. I feel like you don't see Yang Lang a lot, and you don't see Tuberose a lot. I feel like you see it more in candle fragrances than you do vendor wax. But I thought that would be cool to pull. I feel like I don't even really see it a lot in Scentsy wax, although sometimes I find it in retail wax. Orange Danish Cronuts from Rose Girls. This I pulled because it has an agave note, and I feel like you don't see that a lot. Sweet Orange Danish, agave syrup, powdered sugar, vanilla bean, cinnamon sugar, and flaky crust. I also pulled this one because it has a funny name to me. This is Motorboatin' the Pinup Girl. And this is Boom Boom Cashmere Sultry Spicy Vanilla, which don't always see spicy vanilla. Strawberry Raspberry Guava. I feel like that's a note you see from time to time, but not a ton. But that spicy vanilla is different. And it may be something she just concocted herself. Berries, mango, cotton candy. So I thought that sounded good. And the name I thought was odd and fun. And then speaking of odd names, I pulled this for the name Cuckoo for Rococo, which is from Everything Vice. This is toasted coconut cream pie and coconut shortbread cookies. You guys. I know, it's crazy. But I did this purposely, so I have no one to blame but myself that I bought too much wax, and now it's getting old, and I need to get to burning through it. So that's what I'm going to work on doing. There are a lot of smaller pieces here, so I do think I will make a healthy dent. I definitely don't think this would last me June all the way into July, all the way through July. But I think I'll have some extras left over in my melting basket for sure. But I do still think that I'll be pulling things from my July melting basket because I don't think this will fill both months. But I am going to do a good amount of working on it. I have candle crocks going in a bedroom. I have a candle crock going in the kitchen. I have a melting lamp in another bedroom. I tend to do a lot of Scentsy in my own bedroom, so that'll help with the Scentsy stuff. I do vendor wax in my own bedroom often when I go to bed, so that'll get done there. And I do a lot of vendor wax, and I do Scentsy out here as well. And I do Scentsy in my kitchen, and I do vendor wax in my kitchen as well. So I have a lot of areas. I actually could add areas because I have all the downstairs space, but I don't tend to warm down there unless I'm using my office space. Then I do, and I do have some warmers in my office. So I don't tend to warm down there because I don't go down there a lot. I could warm on days like this where I'm working on my laundry because I am going in and out of that space a lot. Or days where I'm like pulling my wax or stuff like that. I guess it would make sense, but I just don't tend to. But anyway, that's what I'm planning to get into during the month of June. And I'm looking forward into getting into this stuff, and hopefully everything still warms well. I have a feeling I'm going to run into some lighter scents, but the nature of the beast as things start to age. Some vendors definitely have better shelf life, and those ones I kind of didn't pull a lot from. As you could see, I didn't pull anything from Teddy B's because her wax tends to hold up really well. And so I didn't really pull anything from her. I didn't really pull anything from Sassy Girl Roma because, again, her wax tends to hold up very well. And so I wasn't really worried. L3 does pretty well, so I didn't pull a ton of from L3, but I did pull some. The Pharmacist's Daughter, I'm realizing, does pretty good, so I pulled some because they are older and I want to work on them. But a lot of this, I wanted to pull some Zabe, But I am kind of reorganizing a little bit downstairs, and my vape bin was kind of pushed back where it was going to be a pain in the rear end to get to it. So I did not, but I may pull a few from that bin if I get back to it later. I may add some things, especially because I have quite a few summery scents from Zape that I do enjoy. And she had some great scents in her Love My Beaches sampler. So I do think I will add some Zape stuff, but you didn't see it here because I couldn't get back to the bin. But anyway, that's what I plan to get into. And I would love to hear from you in the comments below what you plan to get into during June. If you have a wax melting theme, let me know. I don't really have a theme. It's just kind of spring summery scents and my older wax. I guess that's my theme. Get through the older stuff. But would love to hear if you have a theme or, you know, what you're planning on getting into. If you follow Patricia's Wax Challenge, let me know below. And let me know what scent you're looking most forward to getting into in the month of June. And are you doing summer scents? Or are you a mood melter and you're going to be melting Christmas tree scents? Let me know below. I would love to hear from you. And guys, I will see you in the next video. Please like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it so much. And like I said, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.